I am NeoStarling. And if you weren't sure before, now you are.
Hello everybody, how's it going? I am your host NeoStarling here with the WWE Hell in a Cell Network special, only available on the WWE Network. And I am actually being joined here by a really good friend of mine here tonight.
What's up? My name is Jason, Vegapedia on the internet, and I'm here joining NeoStarling for this. This is an honor. I'm happy to be on here. Thank you for having me.
I'm actually glad you're here as well. You know, Vegapedia here, he's actually a really good friend of mine in real life, and you know, we hook it up, man. We get things done the only way we know how. But actually, I'd like to just kind of get on with this recap and see if, you know, we can, you know, just get your thoughts on what we believe happened here tonight and what we think should happen going forward, right?
Yep.
Okay, so first I want to start off with our pre-show. It was a 6-man tag. It was Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville versus King Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev. So, you know, in my opinion, honestly, it was just a pre-show. It was all right. Cesaro did get a huge pop, I believe, and the audience wants to see him. You know, the crowd likes him. They're digging him, and I like that we got the giant swing. Even though I think Cesaro should toss somebody out of the ring when he does that.
I mean, at least they gave him the swing back. I know he's had it for a while, but remember they took that away from him for a bit. It's the funny thing with Cesaro is that whenever he gets that close to something, they just pull him back 3 steps.
Yeah, they do. It's like they want him to succeed, but they don't. They want him to remain relevant enough so that we enjoy watching him wrestle, but they don't want him to reach all the way to the top of the ladder.
Nah, they don't want him. They don't want to give him the brass ring.
No, they don't.
If he tosses somebody after doing a big swing, they'll take whatever brass ring they gave him away now.
Well, I mean, you know, it's because he's Swiss, right?
Yeah, well, you know, we can't connect.
Yeah, no, we can't.
Even though he totally stole the show on the pre-show. He was the pre-show.
He definitely was. But you know, just to get on with it, basically. The babyfaces took this one. Ziggler, Cesaro, and Neville ended up winning this match. Moving on, we had our Intercontinental Championship match between Ryback and Kevin Owens, which actually happened towards the end of the pay-per-view, but I'm just throwing it out there now because, honestly, that match didn't really do much for me. Mm-hmm. It didn't. What were your thoughts on it?
I felt like it was a way to keep Kevin Owens' momentum moving forward, and Ryback was just a casualty of it. Plus, I felt like the way it was positioned on the card was it was right before the Undertaker-Brock Hell in a Cell match, and I felt that was to bring people down after the championship match between Kane and Seth Rollins, because you had a really good match with them, and then you bring him down with Ryback. Not that I have anything against Ryback, but I could totally see him being used as something to bring the crowd down.
Yeah, they definitely want to relax him. I mean, if you really think about it, you had a hype match before that, and now you want everybody to kind of just calm down. Honestly, though, Ryback had the majority of that match. He was pretty much whooping Owens, and Owens ended up winning with a pretty weak pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah, I feel like Ryback, maybe he was sandbagging him, or when he got him, he didn't get it right. You know, I don't know, but I felt like maybe that was less Kevin Owens, more Ryback.
Well, there was a lot of botches that went on tonight.
On the pay-per-view, hell yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely, it was like
Botchamania.
Yeah, but so, you know, that happened, and of course Owens won. We all knew he was going to win, let's be real here.
Of course.
So moving on, we had, which was actually the first match of the night, it was the U.S. Championship match. John Cena had a mystery opponent. I personally thought it was going to be Tyler Breeze. There was a lot of rumors going on, and you know Tyler Breeze did just make his debut to SmackDown.
Right.
But I guess he's going to be feuding with Ziggler and whatnot. I was surprised. I did not expect for his opponent to be Alberto Del Rio. Yes, Alberto Del Rio is back in the WWE. What are your thoughts on that, Vegapedia? Because honestly, that kind of threw me off. I really was not expecting that.
It really threw me off, too. First, I thought that it was going to be James Storm, maybe, because he's brand new. Long shot, but that was sort of there was a little part of me that wanted him to be there. Then I was thinking maybe Daniel Bryan will come back for injury, but that seemed like a long shot. When I saw Zeb Coulter come out, Zeb Coulter comes out in a wheelchair and announces that he's pro everybody. He's not a racist anymore.
Yeah, that got deleted.
Yeah, they just retconned that. and he introduced like someone that he feels can carry the U.S. Championship, and Zeb Coulter brings out Alberto Del Rio. I thought the match was decent, but I felt like that in particular, them bringing it back with Zeb Coulter was like, here's how we erase the racism against you. Here's how we make it okay. Beat our top guy for the championship on your night back. And oh, by the way, the guy we had as a racist will introduce you, and he's not racist anymore. Basically, it's like, it was the biggest apology that WWE had in match form. But I thought the match was pretty sweet. I'm actually happy to see Alberto back.
It was. I actually thought he looked great. Coming out of Lucha Underground, Alberto looked great. He had a nice little tan. He looked like he toned up a little more.
Better.
Yeah, he looks great. And, he got a huge pop. Everybody was on his side 100%. I mean, it could be argued that the majority of that could be because people just are not Cena fans. But at the same time, I think they were just happy to, see him back, because of the way that he went out previously. But, Alberto ended up beating Cena clean. Yes, he beat him clean. And Cena will now take his 2-month hiatus. So, with that said, I guess we're going to move on to the following match, which was our Divas Championship match. Yes, it was Charlotte versus Nikki Bella for the WWE Divas Championship. I'll be really honest, don't get upset. I was making a pita during this match. It's not that I wasn't into it. I was watching from afar.
Right.
But I was really hungry, and, I'm digging the Divas Revolution. I'm digging that they're giving the women more of an opportunity. I just feel like this match in particular didn't stack up the way I thought in my mind it would have. I don't know, maybe you had different thoughts on it?
Well, there was like a big time. I don't know if the move was supposed to go that way, but to me it looked like a botch. They were doing something off the top rope.
Oh, the reverse Hurricanrana off the top rope.
Yeah, and it just looked like.
Why would they show that in slow motion?
They showed it in slow motion. It's like, here's how they messed up the move. I thought the match was entertaining, but I expect so much out of the newer divas now that when I see anything diva related on WWE television, my brain is conditioned for greatness. Because if you look at NXT, it's not that the women are getting more time on there; they earned that time on NXT. Yeah. They're not just placed there; they earned their spot because they deliver on matches. And this match was okay, but it didn't deliver the quality I'm used to when I'm seeing divas matches on WWE TV, especially on NXT.
This definitely wasn't a Bayley versus Sasha Banks.
No,
those two women, they steal the show every time they're on TV. But Charlotte ended up winning, which I'm very happy that she won actually, only because it proves that they are trying to go a different direction instead of just giving Nikki the belt back. Because if they give it back to her, then the Revolution means absolutely nothing, in my opinion.
Right.
And I think that they should focus on bringing more divas in, not just focusing on these 9 women that you chose to be in this Revolution. Have the rest of them come out, because it kind of seems like the rest of them just faded into obscurity. They're just not there anymore.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they're going to bring in a lot of the older divas that have been on the roster for a while and have them wrestle the newer ones and just lose to them over time, kind of like what we're seeing happen on Raw right now.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to happen faster so we can move on to the newer divas, because I just want to see the divas that are in NXT on WWE TV already, and I hope that they get 20-minute matches, but who knows? It seems to be a weird transition from NXT to WWE. So.
It really is, but either way, it was a decent match. I got to sit down for the rest of it. Charlotte, congratulations. You do deserve it. You're pretty good at what you do.
How was the pita?
Woo! It was fantastic.
Okay, good.
I really enjoyed it.
Delicious.
Moving on to our next match. It was the match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus the Demon Kane. With the stipulation that if the Demon Kane lost the match, Corporate Kane would be relieved of his duties as Director of Operations. Now, I thought this match was okay. I think it was better than it had any business being, even though Rollins kind of botched that little powerbomb on the table.
You mean when he tried to kill Kane?
Yeah. There was a part of me that feels like, was that really a work? What's going on here?
I get nervous sometimes. It's when Kane was thrown onto the announce table and everything was really slanted. He was on the floor and he was kind of making this thing with his lip, and I'm like, he hurt himself. He really hurt himself.
The look on your face was priceless too, because you had this look of worry.
I was concerned.
You were genuinely concerned for his well-being.
But for me personally, it made the match better because I was emotionally invested in the health of the competitors. And then when Rollins was doing the top rope knees and kicks, basically chopping down the giant, brought him to his knees, brought him down to the ground, and then had him on the ground and finally beat him. He was chipping away at it, and I thought that was genius. That was actually my favorite part of the match. From me being worried about Kane all the way to the end, to me, made the match. Everything before that was almost like typical fare you would see on like a Raw SmackDown.
Well, because he was the Demon Kane, Rollins had to do all those moves. He had to pull out all the stops in order to actually show him, hey, listen, I'm the man. I'm here to stay. I'm Seth Mother effing Rollins, right?
He had to kill him.
Yeah, he had to
kill Kane.
So, I mean, R.I.P. Kane, honestly. I was actually digging your director of operations multiple personality, even though that was taken directly from TNA, but it's okay.
They steal from each other.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's just the way of the wrestling business.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to Seth. Moving on, what? Before that match, actually, I'm saying these out of order, by the way, just so you know, because they didn't happen in the way that I thought they would. But the Hell in a Cell match between Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Whoa. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that for the PG era, this was a pretty good Hell in a Cell match. Those dudes went in, man. They used kendo sticks. They were breaking tables. They were like spearing each other through tables, choke slamming through tables. They were just going in. They were really trying to show like a brutal, hard-fought match, which I really appreciated. What were your thoughts on that, Vegapedia? Because honestly, I really, that was probably like the most enjoyable match in my opinion.
I feel like they went out there and they had a point to prove to not just like fans of wrestling in the WWE, but to Vince, to Triple H. They went out there and with a hunger and a drive to say like, we're the main event. And they delivered. I mean, they beat up their bodies to like a pulp. And when you're in Hell in a Cell, like, there's a lot of interesting toys and things you can play with for pain. And I felt like they went out there and was like, no, we deserve a higher tier. But it also felt like the perfect sort of farewell and blow off to this feud or whatever. And I felt like I'm happy to see it end. But I thought the match was pretty dope, and I'd like to see them higher in the card now because of what they did. I
mean, as JR would say, these two young studs, they really went in. I really enjoyed the fact that they pulled out all the stops in my opinion. I think the WWE's future is secure with guys like these. And I thought it was kind of funny because the audience was saying, "Let's go, Roman. Roman sucks." Like, they kind of like passing the torch on from John Cena to Roman Reigns in a way. And even though they might not be that supportive of Roman Reigns, you guys might not realize it, but you're creating the next version of John Cena right now, and you don't even realize it.
I have a really quick, interesting theory about the "let's go this guy sucks."
Yeah.
You notice how when there's dueling chants like "let's go Vegapedia," "let's go NeoStarling," if they're like NeoStarling sucks, NeoStarling rocks, they're totally not talking about the other guy. And I think when you say Roman Reigns all the time, the crowd is still collectively saying our attention's on the one guy. What's the other guy doing? Exactly. That's a really interesting dynamic. When it's let's go Cena sucks, the other guy gets ignored. If anything, the other guy would have to work harder to gain the attention to stop those chants. I think they just put Roman over, to be completely honest, by creating that chant. Like, they made him the man. But anyways, you did it. It's your fault.
That is true. Moving on, we had our WWE Tag Team Championship match, which was the Dudleys versus the New Day. Wow, I like how we both did that in unison. That was not. That wasn't planned.
It really wasn't, but it's the New Day.
Yeah, like, that kind of just happened. You gotta feel the power. Sorry, I had to do that. Yeah, a little trombone. Xavier Woods, R.I.P. man. But this was honestly, this match could have happened on a SmackDown or Raw. Yeah. I guess because I've seen them fight so much already, the dynamic wasn't really there. It wasn't that exciting, even though the title was on the line. I did like, however, at one point, Kofi Kingston, he invoked like the spirit of Eddie Guerrero when he threw the trombone to Bubba Ray.
Oh, that's
he caught it. He just like threw himself on the floor as in stating, "Hey, you know what?" Like that was like a shout out to Eddie, and I kind of dug that. Even though the referee didn't fall for it, because only when Eddie does it, he can get away with it.
Referee finally catches something. Right?
Yeah, for real, right? When he doesn't see it.
The one time.
But what was your thoughts on this match? I thought it was pretty vanilla. It didn't feel that special.
There was a weird spot where Kofi was sort of like dangling from Devon or something, and there was like a missed move, and that looked so uncomfortable that the commentary called it out. I could have done without it. I'm always happy to see the New Day. I appreciate seeing the New Day, and I want them to get more attention, but I think, personally, I'm really fatigued on the Dudleys versus the New Day already. I'd like to see both teams move on to something else. And, I mean, they beat the Dudleys, and I feel like that's the Dudleys' job now, is to just, like, help these newer teams.
Well, they gotta stare at the lights.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're totally getting paid for it.
I'm
done with the feud. Like, I need to see them both
This is probably their last run, and I know they're going to get their feel-good moment at one point where they end up getting that title for the 10th time. Yeah. But it's going to happen towards the end of their run, I can guarantee you that.
Or Mania or something. Something where it's
probably Mania, or the next time they're in New York City or something. Because, you know, that's
they're totally New York.
That's when they get the biggest pop. So, you know, yeah, congratulations, New Day. Moving on to our main event of the evening. Yes. It was a Hell in a Cell match between the Dead Man, The Undertaker, and the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
How was that? That was great. I know him as Bork Laser from like Reddit. Bork Laser. But yes,
this match was okay. I mean, you know, kind of like with the Dudleys and the New Day, we've seen them wrestle several times already. But they are the guys that sell you this pay-per-view or this WWE special event because they're the ones that are in the main event. They're the ones that are advertised on the main card. They're the ones that you paid to see. So I thought it was an okay match. I did enjoy the fact that Undertaker took a little more punishment because Brock can't really take him to Suplex City. We were talking about that earlier during the match because Undertaker's a little old, and during their last fight, he suplexed him like 4 times versus a normal like 9, 10, 12 times he does to everybody else.
Well, when Brock does a suplex because he gets multipliers, so he just would have killed.
Yeah, he just like throws them, but he kind of like lays Undertaker down gently.
No, because he's protecting him because he's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Undertaker got some soup bones from Brock.
Yo, he did. He really did.
There were like 1 or 2 of them that were like real. Stiff shots.
And Brock was, you know, sweating and bleeding like he usually does. I would feel really uncomfortable.
He sneezed and busted himself open. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, seriously.
Blood everywhere.
I would feel really uncomfortable with that. But overall, I thought it was a decent match, you know, for the main event. I in my opinion, personally, my favorite match was Roman and Bray.
They earned it. They wanted it more.
They did.
Plus, they're younger.
Yeah. And it's funny because post-match, speaking of Bray Wyatt,
oh, that's right.
we ended up getting Bray Wyatt along with the Wyatt family, all of them, all 4 of them, come out and assault The Undertaker. And not only did they assault him, after they beat him, they took him away.
They kidnapped him.
Yeah.
They all held him up, so the Undertaker is being held up as they're all holding him. Where are they taking the Undertaker?
They kayfabe kidnapped him, and they're probably gonna like.
Of course.
They're probably gonna, you know, hypnoptize him or something,
they really
or
did it.
They're gonna assimilate him into the Wyatt family. That would be really interesting. I would kind of like to see if Undertaker joins the family, or you know, that would definitely make Bray Wyatt stable a little stronger.
Or like a Where's Undertaker story, so that's the way to write him off, and he's not saying where, but maybe he has him captive.
Well, if you really think about it, Bray did kidnap Kane at one point when he had his rivalry.
Why didn't Kane roll up in there and help his fellow brother of destruction?
Because he's gone, remember? He's been relieved of his duties.
He was probably signing HR papers saying,
exactly.
giving up his corporate WWE stock.
Yeah, even though he's sound of mind, according to the HR lady, he has to go.
It's not like she was watching the show, right?
No, of course not. But anyway, with that said and done, this has been our review, recap, whatever you want to call it. I really had a lot of fun talking with you, Vegapedia. You want to plug in your stuff and let people know where they can find you?
Thank you, NeoStarling.
For my 12 subscribers.
No, you're going to have more. Please subscribe because he kicks ass. If you watch it, subscribe. He's the man. You can follow me at Vegapedia, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Vine, YouTube, youtube.com/Vegapedia. I got a Patreon. If you want to throw me a couple of bucks to talk about video games or random shit, patreon.com/Vegapedia. Vegapedia on the internet everywhere. Hit me up. I love you. Let me know you followed me from this guy, NeoStarling, because he's the man.
That's right. You know, guys, please like, share, comment on this video. You know, let's have a conversation. Let's see what we can have happen here. You know, did you guys enjoy this event? Did you think it was subpar, mediocre at best? Like, let me know what your thoughts are. And in addition to that, please just, you know, word of mouth gets this out. So if you guys want to like share it on all your social media, I'm kind of there. I don't have all the media outlets he has, but I have a few of them. I'm growing on that little by little. So just give me an opportunity to impress you guys because I'm here for you ultimately.
NeoStarling.com.
NeoStarling.com. Check it out. I just did that. That happened.
That's right.
So thank you for coming, Vegapedia.
Thank you for having me.
This has been the recap. And if you guys weren't sure before,
now you are.